Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast. We have got ourselves what should be an interesting one here today. I had to make sure it was actually a bot replay, as we've got two bots that are not bots that I've cast before, I believe anyway. And I'm not even going to try and pronounce one of them. I took a glimpse at the replay and it seems very interesting, so we're gonna see just how it develops and how it actually plays out. So in the top right, we have got a bot called QTaRaKaNQ, pronounce that as you will, and taking on that bot is going to be Chance, a bot that, from what I read, is just a bot that picks its strategy randomly. I'm not familiar with either of these bots, and so, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and slap that like button for two new bots. And then, of course, if you're new to the channel, go ahead, subscribe, leave a comment down below that says more bots, as we have got what I can only assume is going to be a planetary fortress rush from the bot Chance. Now, Chance is, just getting up an eBay command center, all the makings of a planetary fortress rush, so that PF on the other side of the map can indeed turn into a planetary. Now, this red Zerg that I've never cast before doesn't seem to have too much reactive behavior, or at least as far as dealing with a proxy command center goes, because it's not pulling any drones, anything like that. It is just doing its thing. And now, what do we have here? We've got an Overlord crossing the map. Scouting on out, SCVs crossing the map for Chance. And let's see, just another hatchery to be getting built by the red Zerg. All the while, Chance turning that command center into a planetary fortress. The Zerg bot making a couple of lings, couple of queens already. The planetary is almost done though, so soon we're going to see the conundrum of what happens when a bot has to contend with a planetary fortress anyway. So we've got a couple of lings just going to run on by, and running on by this planetary could actually be the play, seeing as how there's no defense back at home for Chance. So if these lings do go to the other side of the map, that would be very big for the red Zerg. That being said, of course, Chance is going to have a planetary to defend that, so it's kind of got a safe space, that's for sure. The PF deletes those couple of lings. The Queen, she shall not stand a chance here against the planetary fortress. Queens are good, but not beating a planetary fortress in a 1v1 good. We do have 4 lings now crossing the map. While this is going on, we've got almost just the Alpha Star, pardon me, level of ignoring the problem with the red Zerg just going up and building drones, macroing up like there's not a proxy at its base. We do have these lings now in the main base of the blue Terran Chance, so SCVs have to be pulled against these lings running back and forth, it would seem. And then just dancing around, getting a little bit bogged up there, and they do get surrounded and killed by the SCVs. We'll see if any more get sent across the map. For now, though, it's looking pretty good for the planetary here, as I don't think there's any way that this is going to get broken. The PF deletes those 2 lings like they're nothing, and then Raxes are going up, interestingly enough, for Chance. Usually with this kind of strategy, I think you follow it up with a factory just so you have the tanks that can cover the PF, but we do now have roaches out for the red Zerg. They are going to utilize that burrow strategy, so that's actually going to allow them to potentially trade out with this planetary fortress. That's really important. We've got some more of these lings. Now they've got speed crossing the map, and this red Zerg is looking fairly decent. Then again, the strategy for Chance is completely out there, so I may have to check out and see what other strategies it has, but these roaches are now burrowing against SCVs. The SCVs entering the fight is probably not a good thing. They can just stay safe around their planetary fortress. Roaches shooting away on some of those SCVs have to burrow right away, but as the roach count grows, they'll trade more and more against this base. The Queens, unfortunately, do not burrow to save themselves. Whack-a-mole has started with this planetary. I believe there's a carbot animation of something like this, actually, of the burrow mechanic being used. Now, we see some... Did any more of those lings make it into the main base? If they did, they got cleaned up. Chance is making Marines with Stim, +1 on the way. Roaches just unburrow, then burrow immediately. Eats a couple shots. Unburrows. Burrow again. Now, there is only 5 roaches, so we'll have to wait and see when more of these roaches get out, as this will start to, I think, in theory, get better and better for the Zerg. Here comes down another roach to join the party, so it's going to be an increasing rate of whack-a-moles. These roaches are actually working away on this rack, so that could potentially go down. Get some free damage there. While this is going on, though, we've now got lots of Marines just trailing across the map for Chance. I guess that's the follow-up here. And while the PF is keeping all of these units busy, there is potential for some damage to get done by these Marines and SCVs at this critical third base, I'll say. I mean, the Red Zerg's mining really hasn't been interrupted this game, so it is on a very healthy drone count, continuing to build those. It is doing a good job as well of not suiciding all of its units into this. If there was a turret or something by this planetary, that would be a totally different story. For now, though, the roaches trading out non-stop. Eat shots, burrow, repeat. There's 1 Marine on a rampage. Man with gun is at it again. This Marine has 4 kills. He will perish, however. New base is going up for the Red Zerg. And I am starting to wonder if this strategy will just eventually win out for the Red Zerg, as like, it is just expanding, it is macroing up more, the drone count is growing, whereas the Blue Terran Chance is kind of just on a low economy. But what a game this is. I think one of these roaches, 2 roaches have actually perished, so the burrow mechanic not perfect at keeping those boys alive. We have a Queen moving back and forth here. A little bit of creep spread is going on, but not too much. There's a hive on the way for the Red Zerg as well, interestingly enough. And yeah, these roaches are eating shots, unburrowing. Reburrow, as is tradition. See, that's how the roaches die. The planetaries actually have a teeny tiny amount of splash, and so they can kill the burrowed roaches if one of the unburrowed ones takes a shot. Now, man with gun kills fake men with guns, but then Ling surrounds and kills, and it is just a trickle for Chance here. A couple of SCVs cross the map, some Marines cross the map. These SCVs I don't think are going to stand a chance. And now there's 7 Overlords on the way at a time for the Red Zerg. The Red Zerg is already approaching its max supply. In fact, I think it's going to go over it, yet it says, I need more Overlords. I'm at 100 supply. I need room to build. And Chance is still just mining at this planetary, making Marines. I think eventually this has to run out of steam for the Blue Terran, as like it's not pooling its units at all or anything like that. Eventually it will mine out the main base. Yeah, what an interesting match we have here today. The burrowed roach strategy is definitely a good one against the planetary, whereas a lot of bots would literally just trickle units into their death. These Zergs, or this Zerg with its burrow, is able to keep those units alive and actually keep trading against the planetary, eating up the resources of Chance on that repair. Marine gets killed by a Queen. More Marines popping out, but not at a significant rate. The supply really isn't going up for Chance. SCVs are repairing this planetary again, but yeah, we see no scans to kill those burrowed roaches. Just the overkill on the planetary fortress is the only reason why these roaches are dying. Roach is running forward. Gonna get picked off there, so not perfect burrow. We do see more and more bases going up for QT, I guess I'll call it. There's more and more bases. 80 drones, so its production is going to grow and grow, and thus the strain on the planetary is, in theory, going to become too much eventually. It's now 8 roaches are being made at a time. That's a significant number. We've got a few Marines out on the map catching some of these roaches, but they can just burrow before they die, so eventually these Marines will overstim themselves. But shout out to Chance for being a bot that does utilize Stim Pack. We see more and more of these roaches. Yeah, quite a few of them working on this planetary now. The PF is doing a darn good job of holding its own, and I think it will probably kill a couple of these roaches due to the overkill and splash there, but this is a lot of Zerg now working away on this PF. These roaches are actually getting caught and killed. They're not burrowing in this engagement for some reason. The Marines are kind of killing themselves, though, with their overdose there. I'll say, it is impressive micro from the chance spot. We do see one burrow. They're just hanging out on top of this burrowed roach, like, yeah. Yeah, pop up, I dare you. I dare you. Poke your head out, and it does. Just into a hail of bullets. The planetary holds strong. Unfortunately, all the SCVs that were preparing the planetary have now perished. There is not another SCV being produced, so in theory, this could be the end of the PF as it kills like 3 roaches. And what a wacky build this has been, this game. We do have a attack being attempted by the red Zerg. I think it should be enough. For some reason, the roaches are running. There's 27 roaches against 23 Marines, but the roaches say, we don't want none of that. Those drug addict Marines are too scary, and they're actually not engaging the Marines. They're just trying to get wherever they're going, and the Marines are having free reign on shooting on these. Depot Rays has been programmed into chance, so that's going to keep the Lings out of there, and notably, they're not attacking the wall. They are literally just trying to run through it. So these Lings may all die. But the planetary is burning down. Oh no, an SCV is being made, but I don't think it's going to finish in time. So the PF, the cheesy PF does perish. It is now 100 drones up against 19 SCVs on one base. So you got to give it to chance for the strategy, but I think it may just need like slightly better unit pooling or something instead of trickling its Marines out. Maybe that would have done better for it. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this was definitely not a normal bot versus bot cast, but if you enjoyed it, hit that like button if you watched to the end, subscribe to the channel if you're not, leave a comment down below that says more bots if you want to see more of these bots. Consider becoming a YouTube member if you do want to support this channel. I may check out more chance games or more, if someone wants to let me know how I'm supposed to say the red Zerg's name, do feel free. Yeah, because I certainly have no idea. Chance did turn this base into a planetary. There was no building armor either research. That could be a simple tweak on this, but presumably Chance isn't too much about refining one strategy more than it is just about doing multiple crazy strategies based off its description. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time though. Thanks so much for tuning on in as we watch these last racks get killed off, and that is going to be that.